Hey guys, what's up? BladeMasterRUSH here. Today we have an amazing guest, an oceanic guest, RavinDrannor. So many, yeah, so many things that I
Get
could
into it.
say, but describe yourself in one word. Two words. Two words.
West legend.
I think I have that in my title. I have Orc Legend. We're gonna have to change that to West Legend. All right, the easy questions first. So, like, how did you get into Warcraft 3?
Well, I played Warcraft 2 when I was super young. My dad made me play it. Loved it, and then obviously it just eventually Warcraft 3 came around and I loved it. I don't know why I got into competitive. I guess I just played it too much and I got alright at it. Just been playing game. I've been playing games since I was like 2 years old, so that's the natural path.
So your dad made you play Warcraft 2.
Mhm.
What is that's like to play against him or like
No,
as
just to try it because he
oh,
bought it and he
okay.
was like he didn't really understand it, so I had to play it to teach it to him.
That's pretty cool actually.
Yeah, it was good.
So I first heard about you because I was watching Hitman and Burrow Rush was like, dude, you gotta find this RavinDrannor guy. He taught Hitman everything he knows.
That's a true story, actually.
Is it?
Mhm.
What
So like many years ago, I'd say like 10 now. Back like he went by a name called Ink Ethereal, and he was an absolute noob. And I didn't even know this, but he was like messaging me to learn how to play. So I eventually like took him under my wing. He got pretty good. Then I eventually quit Warcraft 3 and moved to Starcraft 2. Till I eventually found out he also played Starcraft 2, and I was better than him at Starcraft 2. Then we became even. Then he got way better. Then I moved back to Warcraft 3. I brought him back to Warcraft 3. I was better. We got even, and now he's too good for me.
he's too good for you now.
It's not it's too hard, man. I can't even beat him anymore. It makes me feel awful.
He's pretty crazy, man. He's like stupid good.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate.
It's a bit unfortunate.
And he tries to teach me everything, but I'm too stupid to understand.
I love that. So now
We
it's
have like we have like hour-long Discord chats, like specifically just the first creep route on one map. Like we try to get really in depth, and I just every time I play, I just can't do it, and I just lose. And then he just goes, "You should uninstall."
that's yeah. I feel like Hitman is like a very um reserved person.
Toxic,
Toxic?
toxic. Yeah,
I
he's
didn't say that. I would love to
you heard
hear
it here
some
first.
toxic stories. I guess he is toxic, but I wouldn't call him toxic because I think he's entertaining when he's being
Entertaining.
toxic.
Have you seen his stream? It's just it's pots and pans banging together as his music. It's
No, no,
horrible.
no. Okay, okay.
Mostly a black screen. He's
This
boring.
the
Boring and
stream
toxic.
the
Don't watch
stream's
him,
not
watch me.
entertaining. Yeah, watch RavinDrannor. Your
Hmm.
stream's entertaining.
My stream's embarrassing, dude. I can't believe anyone watches it.
You think you play worse on stream?
I play horrible. Well, I don't know. Because I was playing last night off stream, and Jesus Christ, I couldn't win a game. I'm like, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just horrible at Warcraft 3 nowadays. Makes me sad.
I think maybe though, maybe you're not horrible. I think people have just gotten like a lot better.
No, I'm just bad. I
You're
think
just
I'm
bad.
just
Fair
bad.
enough. Fair
Yeah, I
enough.
think that's what it is.
I don't think I could beat you.
Yeah, you might be the only one.
What's your? I'm gonna look up your War 3 champions.
Oh god, don't. I tanked like 100 MMR last night.
Are you still in the 2K bracket?
Nope.
That's fair enough.
What am I? What's my name? RavinDrannor.
That's hard, man. I mean, I feel like that.
1884. Oh no.
Okay, what is your strongest and weakest matchups? Do you think?
Probably strongest against undead. Probably because balance diff. Like I feel like at sort of my level, Orc's pretty good against undead, so I'll beat them even if I don't play well. I'm horrible against Night Elf and Human at the moment. But I've been horrible against Night Elf for about 25 years, so that's pretty. It's been a rough journey.
Yeah, I feel like Night Elf is strong against Orc. And I know this is one of those balance things where it's like, you know, this side and that side, but I always
It's
struggle
true.
as a 1500 player against Night Elf. Just
Night Elf Orc is broken. Pretty much every like right now, like Focus and like Summon and stuff are all playing Night Elf on ladder, and I keep asking them why, and they just say because Night Elf Orc was funny.
really,
Mm.
yeah.
But don't worry, there's Night Elves out there that try to tell you it's not broken, and they're bad people. That's what we call them.
Yeah, no, I
Spreading lies.
agree. I mean, Entangle is just ridiculous.
It's horrible. It's you have to play the early perfect. You have to scout for an expansion, deny level 3, stop the AP, just to have a chance to make it into mid game. It's a lot to do.
Yeah, definitely. So, how do you play when you in Orc versus Orc? Like, I've never been able to solve the like playing versus like Farseer pushes. I watched
BladeMaster?
I watched the podcast, I watch Hitman, and I still feel like it's really fucking hard.
Yeah, like I struggle with it myself, but really, what you need to do, the main thing is that you have to engage. So you need to wait for your Shadow Hunter to pop. At least 4 grunts with Berserker Strength. Use Speed Scroll. Get on top of the Headhunters with a heal spray. Pot on your BladeMaster. You trade till like the towers are about 50% up. Then you jump on the towers, cancel them, back off and salve, and then you engage again, and you just repeat that cycle, and you eventually wear him down.
Interesting. Yeah, I learned that 4 grunt thing. Well, I mean, it makes sense to just keep making grunts, but I was watching one Theory Craft, and it was like, oh, you gotta make like 4 grunts ASAP, and I was like, oh, I guess that makes sense.
Don't make a war mill. That's bad. I used to do that. Yeah, it's basically how well you can defend yourselves. So like, once your grunt pops, once your shaman pops, sorry, you want to like try to purge out the walls or the spires spawn, and you just keep cutting away while you heal up. If you get all your cells cancelled, you probably lose. But if you do it properly, it's a pretty solid, straightforward hold.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, really helps if you catch the peons in the middle of the map. If you understand the timing, you can kill a peon or 2 before the tower starts.
Right, yeah, that's true. So do you think you're gonna continue to play competitively? Like, I mean, I know that you're not necessarily out there grinding all the cups or anything, but do you think the West Legend will have a comeback?
Well, I think I'm too old and stupid for a comeback, but I certainly will keep playing.
Aren't you like the same age?
Gotta give the fans what they want.
You're the same age as Seiso, though, no? Or Seiso younger?
Yeah, but he cheats. Definitely, he's a cheater. You heard it here first.
You think Seiso's a cheater?
He plays Crypt Lord in balance.
Yeah, I guess. I think Sauron's a cheater. I don't know.
Well, he plays Night Elf.
Yeah, I mean,
you see how it starts to work?
Yeah. Yeah, I always feel like the Oceanic scene has some of the most entertaining people to watch, and it's such a shame because the ping is so bad.
Well, yeah, the ping's horrible, but right now ping's probably the best it's ever been. Like,
yeah, that's true.
We're playing in American American tournaments with actually like fair ping. They just released the Singapore server, which is fantastic. I'm getting like 100. Because before, when we matched like the Chinese and Koreans, it would either be on Oceania or Asia East, so it was like bad for both. But now there's the Singapore, so we both get 100 ping. So it's like right now it's really, really good to play. So I don't really have an excuse to why I lose, but
no excuses.
Some people still force crappy hosts.
Yeah. All right, Fats Russell keeps asking why is Pit Lord the best hero in the game? I'm not sure if he's like memeing.
He's big and scary.
He's big and scary.
He's not the best hero in the game. If it's a serious question, it's not. It's a meme hero for sure. It's a fun hero. You just stack damage and then cleave to death. He's pretty good. Where is he good at the moment? Third hero against human if you're undead.
Right.
I guess you can use him as a second hero if you're playing bears against orc. And then I guess that's as a first hero if you want to meme. That's probably the only times you want to use him.
Yeah, I've seen some bullshit where people just play like Pit Lord headhunters. That's just how good headhunters are, and it kind of works.
Yeah, well, stick boys are pretty strong.
All right. So why do you keep playing Orc then?
Because I hate myself. It's got to be the only reason. Only a maniac would play this race. It requires a tremendous amount of skill with absolutely no reward, and it just hurts every day.
I,
Why do I
I,
keep
I
playing
really feel
Orc?
that. I really feel that.
I guess I don't know. I still love the race. BladeMaster's really fun. Like BladeMaster, I think people will probably chew my head off for this, but I think BladeMaster is the highest skill ceiling in the game. Like you have to know how to blade properly, and you can take it to extremely high levels. Problem is, on the other hand, Farsi Headhunters takes virtually no skill, and it's like it's such a basic strategy for high reward. So the problem, like, yeah, you'll see more Farsi Headhunters nowadays. It's not as fun to play, but it's a lot easier than Blade. That's sort of how I see it at the moment.
Nah, I definitely agree with you. I mean, I'm an Orc player, so it's like, it's just falling in line. But I've tried out all the races besides Human because Human is just fucked. I don't know why anyone would play that. But jokes aside, I feel like the Blade Master does take the most skill because like even though I'm just a 1500 like pleb, it's like the whole game revolves around like using that hero properly or you lose like in most matchups.
Yeah, that's right. And so the problem is people think it's like the brain dead ooga booga right click sort of thing, but it's like you have to know what to creep, how to creep it efficiently, what the item drops. You need to manage yourselves, and it's like the prior to Farsi Headhunter meta, every strat versus Orc was built around beating the Blade Master. So there was like Frost Shield Curse, there was Entangle, there was Spirit Walker Hex, and whatever. What did Human do? Bolt, Sorceress, and that sort of stuff. So like, and they all got so cleaner that if you played a bad Blade Master game, it was crap. So people would off race realize they didn't know how to creep, they'd fall behind, and it just looks like the worst hero in the game.
Yeah, really. You think Hitman is the best Orc? The best
The
Orc
best Blade
alive?
Master.
You think he's the
He's the
best
best
Blade
Blade Master
Master?
player for sure. His Blade Master versus Undead's a joke. How good it is. I don't know if you've ever seen him. He does this thing where he like I shouldn't be talking about Hitman because I always have to talk about bloody Hitman.
My bad,
But
my bad.
I'm
I
kidding. I'm
mean,
kidding.
he's your apprentice, you know. It's like,
He's my boy. He's my boy. He does this thing against Undead, and it looks infuriating. Where he starts to lose, so he just like runs out of his base and just starts running around the map, and eventually he just starts catching a unit every now and then. And then so he sort of like evens up the supply, and like while he was running, he starts healing. So eventually, like he just turns this horrible fight into this even fight, and then just out micros them. It's like a thing of beauty. Very impressive.
my dream, not really my dream, but my hope is one day I go to a festival on the West Coast and I peer pressure Hitman to go to a festival and I get to watch what he's like in at a concert. Because I feel like
It'd
it could
be,
go one of two ways. Like he could either be like that guy who's just like moshing or just like actually like pretty awkward.
I reckon it'd be super awkward.
You think it'd be awkward?
Yeah, little weedy kid in the corner, like, oh, I want to go home.
Oh man.
It'd be the funniest thing to watch him. Like, if he was actually like an actual raver, he comes out, he starts like mugging out. Like, oh god, that'd be the best thing I've ever seen.
I think he is, dude. I think he is.
I doubt it. I doubt it. I reckon he's the biggest. He's a keyboard warrior. He's quiet and polite in real life.
All right, so who else have you known for like 10 years or whatever? Are there any like fun Warcraft stories from back in the day? I always like to ask just because.
Well, I've known Thaso and Seron for about 20, like since I pretty much started. We've like grown up together.
On
Started off
Warcraft.
first. Yeah, we
Okay.
started a league team together, the Oceanic Elites, and then I think that's when we first all got into the competitive scene. And we sort of went from there. I've known Paz for a long time as well. Paz for just as long. Um, Fun stories. I don't know. We were just kids, man. Like my favorite say so story. I played him in a 1v1 about 15 years ago, and I get into a game. He's playing Night Elf, and he goes, "Oh fuck this tryhard." Start spamming AOWs, and abuses me the whole game and tries to hide them around the map. My favorite. So that's there. He's my favorite game. I love it. I wish I could save that replay.
Damn, no replay. But I'll say so. I feel like Seiso's like, I mean, I might be biased, but I feel like Seiso is one of the best players. Like, I feel like if Seiso was not a mature person, because, I mean, this is just my hot take, like, he just seems like he has his life together. Like, if he didn't have his life together, Eddie didn't live in New Zealand, he could be like a real Warcraft pro.
Yeah, Nick's pretty good. He's been pretty good for a long time. He still plays quite a bit.
Yeah,
and he's in DreamHack. He's in DreamHack now. I think he's got a.
Yeah,
I think
he always makes it on the
group.
DreamHack.
Yeah. I wish I could play in DreamHack, but it's at 3 a.m. on a work day. I can't really try for it. It's a bit silly.
Yeah.
Not that I would qualify. Goddamn, I'm playing bad at the moment.
I believe.
Well, eventually you have to run into a night off or Hitman, and then the fun's over.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I generally agree with that as, like, it's just not worth the effort to, like, really put in the work, you know, to be the Hitman. Because it's like...
It's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably put in the same amount of games as Hitman. I still wouldn't be as good. I just think I'm too slow nowadays.
Yeah.
I had a game last night. I was playing against Fly, and I was absolutely destroying him. I was getting really excited. And then he started focusing my TC, and my brain just like stopped working. And like that's when I knew I'm in trouble. Like he's focusing my TC. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. So I just stood there like moving my army back and forth, did absolutely nothing. Everything died. I lost and I got angry. And I'm like, that's the point. I'm like, maybe I'm too slow nowadays.
I think you were just made to be a streamer. Because it's like that.
Well,
people love watching, like, the rage, you know?
Well, I put that on a little bit. I don't get that angry.
Yeah.
I don't stream enough either. I have a good stream, and I wake up the next day, I'm like, can't wait to have a stream. And then I don't want to play Warcraft 3 today. It's very hard. I don't know how everyone streams it every day.
Yeah, so when you get back from work, like, what time does it end up being? That ends up being, like...
I usually get around 4 or 5 o'clock, depending on the day.
Yeah, so that's kind of an awkward time, too, but not bad. That's like... I guess it's like midnight in Europe? Or no, I can't do time conversion. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't know how people play this shit every day. I used to play this shit every day, and I just got sick of it. It's just, like, really exhausting, but it's fun, but it's exhausting.
Oh yeah, it's also hard now with W3 Champions, is that, like, every game is hard.
Yeah.
Back when, like, that was a thing, I could go 95% and I felt really good about myself. But now, what am I, like 40%? It's, like, horrible.
Yeah, I think only the tryhards are left. So there's no more, like, noobs to just beat up every so often. You know, be like, oh,
yeah.
You know.
I couldn't sleep the other night, so I thought, up at like 2 a.m. So I thought, oh, I'll have a nice little cheeky Warcraft 3 session. I played Moon, Lalight, Colourful, like 3 of the best night offs in a row. I'm like, I'm out. That's enough for me.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
Yeah, well, it's not fun.
That's great. Who do you think like who? All right, so you take any Warcraft. This is just a fun hypothetical. Is there any Warcraft pro from the Asian scene that you'd be like, I gotta party with this guy? Like this guy's the coolest out of like Laliat, like pretty much all of them. I'm not sure if you know the pros. I don't know the pros that well, honestly.
Well, I just see him on stream. I don't know. I think Michael would be scary to party with. He seems like he'd party pretty hard. What about... Well, I'd probably just want to go. I'd go out with Lynn and I'd make a move on him. Lynn God's the best. You ever seen Lynn play Warcraft 3? The thing. Oh yeah. Hopefully, like he could transfer some of his skill to me. That'd be great.
Yeah, Lynn's pretty good.
You ever seen him play? He blows my mind.
What is he like? Doesn't he? I never watch when they're on the. I sometimes watch when they're on the other platform.
Yeah, do you?
You
should tune in. it's just I don't know how to explain. He's so good. He just micros so well. He just like there's this like push that I die to, and then I watch him, and he has a crap army, and it's like you should lose, and he just kills it without losing a unit. And I'm like, that's impossible. You can't do that. I think he's the best player in Warcraft 3. I don't think it's Moon. I
think you
think it's
guys are
Lin.
the same age. I think you and Lin are the same age. So you have no
Well,
excuse.
oh, I do. Yeah, man, I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I don't know how old you are. I'm just guessing.
How old is Lin?
He's 34. He doesn't
I'm younger than
look
him.
34.
Gee, that's old. That's old. What the?
He's aging well. I don't know if that's a.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he low-key looks like he's 18. He's 34. What the hell?
Biffy.
I'm gonna link this chat. Yeah, we were talking about this a while back, but I really want a Warcraft 3 LAN, but I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Like
Yeah, we had the It's a bit sad actually because like we had the Australian ESL, the big tournament. It's got cancelled because no one showed up because there's just no one that plays Warcraft 3 in Australia. But it happened sort of like peak COVID time, so we couldn't go to the actual studio and play together, which would have been nice because, as I said, I've known these guys for 20 years and I've never got to like meet them in person, so kind of missed out there. Bit of a shame.
Interesting. Is it because you guys live kind of far?
Yeah, well, obviously the New Zealand boys got to come over.
Oh right.
And
yeah, two of them are
there's
in
more
New
than
Zealand.
Yeah, and then there's all these states in Australia, so we don't all live together.
Yeah,
Because I think Paz is Paz live? Is Paz Queensland? I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, like Australia's a pretty big place, so we're all pretty far apart. I think the closest guy to me is Dirtbag.
Interesting.
I think he's Victoria. But yeah, like losing ESL was sucked. So we had the weekly cup, and then Remind started playing in it, and everyone got shitty and didn't play. So the signups were like 6 people for a weekly cup, which just wasn't good enough. And then they eventually cancelled it. So now we have to play in NA tournaments, which means eventually we all lose to Hitman.
Yeah, as we all do. Although Cruncher beat him that one time. The one time where it mattered.
Yeah, it's true actually. He hasn't let him live it down yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that was epic to watch live. Yeah, Paz is in Mushroom Head. What do you think about Paz? Paz is your leader now, right? There's Sarah on the
leader.
Yeah, I think Paz is.
We don't have a. We're all even. There's no leaders.
There's no leaders. Okay.
No leaders. If there was a leader to be Jats, I'd follow Jats to hell and back.
Okay, Jats is the leader. I always perceived Paz as like not the leader.
Paz is more like the woke spokesperson.
Yeah.
That's how I describe him. He also knows everyone in Warcraft 3. I don't know how that's possible. You just say a name, he's like, oh, Devon, he's good and nice guy. I'm like, how do you know everyone, Paz? There's like hundreds of players.
Because
too many friends.
He hangs out. He used to, because I used to hang out with him all the time in the gym chat, voice chat, I guess. I mean, this is just my take. There used to be a lot of people go through there.
Yeah, he gets around. Jeez.
He gets around. All right, so any other games that you play? Is it just Warcraft?
I've played I'm playing D2 at the moment, but I've played heaps of games. So after Warcraft, I went to WoW, which I played heaps. WoW's probably the only game that I never was successful in. So like I never got Gladiator, I never like got like a world first or anything. So that was really depressing. I played League, where I got to Challenger in the Oceanics, which is like the highest rank in the Australian server, so if that's good or not.
You got Challenger?
I got to Legend I got to Legend in Hearthstone. I got sponsored in Starcraft 2. And sort of it for all the competitive games that I've played. And then I muck around and like name a video game and I've probably played it. I'm playing Tales of Arise right now on the PS4. I'm a pretty big gamer.
Fortnite.
No, God, I'm not a 14-year-old boy.
Oh, bro, come on.
You like it? Oh, yeah, it's a great game. Love it. I just haven't got around to it.
No. I don't. When it came out for like a year, I think it was pretty good. Before it started becoming marketed towards kids.
Yeah, I've never really been good at shooters.
So is it good, Tales of Arise? I was actually thinking about playing this
Brilliant,
because I really
brilliant.
liked some of the Tales games.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Probably the best one I've played so far. Great graphics, combat's fun, story's interesting. What more do you want?
$60 though.
You make streamer money, mate.
Yeah, streaming money.
Yeah, does that exist?
I guess for grubby.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean it's hard to stream. It's you don't get many viewers watching Warcraft, even if you're good. It's quite unfortunate. It's just a too small of a game, and obviously with the Reforge stuffing up.
Yeah, Reforge stuffing up was definitely the big one. Like,
yeah,
I feel like there was a lot of potential, but
because you look at the D2, like a lot of the D2 streamers who are getting like 50 viewers now have thousands. And that's what it could have been for Warcraft 3.
really. Nah, I'm gonna check this out later. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, like when Reforged came out, that's when I started streaming a little bit before, because I just came back for Reforged like everyone did, and I started streaming a couple months before, and then Reforged came out, and it just got such bad reviews, and then it just like flopped, and but I saw like some kind of like real streamer numbers for like 3 months, and I was kind of like, oh, I could become a streamer, and then I was like, oh, I can't become a streamer.
No, it's not easy. In such a small game, you either have like you have to be pretty bloody good. Like Happy's like the best player in the world, and he only gets like 300 or 400. It's like it's rough.
300 or
And
400.
obviously Grubby. Yeah, like doesn't Happy only get like 300 or
viewers,
400 viewers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously Grubby gets a lot because it's Grubby. So he's probably the only one that's like comfortably making a living, I'd say. I don't know though. I don't know. I don't know how much money people make streaming because Insup does a couple hundred. Like he might be all right.
I bet Insup makes 2,000 less a month.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, I mean the real money in streaming, especially Warcraft, is like streaming and also doing YouTube. Like I think all the people that are like kind of able to do it and make enough money to be able to just do it, which are like 5 people. They do the streaming and YouTube, and they're successful on both.
Too lazy to do that. That's too much work.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like Warcraft will. I don't know. My meme is like I feel like a lot of people have dropped off since Reforged, but it seems like all the fun oceanic people are still around.
Pretty much, all the main people who were playing before Reforged still play. It's just we didn't attract a new player base.
Right. Yeah.
And like maybe Warcraft will be dead next year. You know, like because next year is the last year for ESL for DreamHack, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they probably won't renew it.
Yeah, Sag. Hitman won't
well, maybe you can finally give the game up.
Yeah. That's
free me from this pain.
That's pretty crazy. So you're pretty good at games then. Legend, Challenger.
Yeah, I do alright, I think.
I don't think you should be sad about not having a competitive achievement in WoW, because I feel like that is... I mean, I don't want to disrespect people who were like very good at WoW, but I feel like that's almost a negative. Like, you have to spend so much time in WoW to be like this competent, like it's a whole job in of itself. Like,
yeah. Well, one problem is that I invested quite a bit of time into it.
All right.
And yeah, it was like, as I like, it's like if I invest a lot of time, I usually do pretty well at the game. But I really have nothing to show for many hours in WoW. It's quite embarrassing for me.
You don't have any cool skins, or?
I got some okay looking mounts, but like I don't care about the mounts. I ride a purple horse. Look at mine. Look. No, it's not for me.
Oh fuck. An issue with. All right, so you've been like doing the I mean, I'm gonna embellish this, but you've been leading the oceanic scene. You, Saron, Seiso, Paz, Jats for its entirety.
Well, sort of since the resurgence, yeah.
This is a resurgence.
So like old school, like Australian Warcraft was like Moonglade and Philbot, that sort of stuff. They were sort of the main people. But like, I guess it was like 5 years ago when we all came back. Yeah, it's been like me from Australia, and then like basically, I think it's just me, Seron, and Seiso have sort of been the ones doing well in the tournaments and stuff, playing in the more like in the NA scene as well. I don't think anyone else is. Who else is in my team?
Oh, Dirtbag's pretty good. And then
Oh,
there's
Jetpack's great.
there's
Like I think
definitely
he can
one
do.
more.
Like Jetpack only started playing like last year, dude. He's never played Warcraft 3 before.
And he's like, I mean, Paz always hypes him up, so maybe I'm just biting into Paz
No,
propaganda.
Dirtbag's actually really good. He's probably he's quite a lot better than me at the moment.
I think Fish is the other one, who's like,
He's from Singapore though.
oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, also Rising Star Red Orc.
Who's Red Orc?
In Sword Puppy.
Oh yeah. Best mustache in the business.
Yeah.
He's a good looking rooster.
yeah. All right, so I've heard this story once, and Saron kept sniping me on ladder. So I always like to say it, or I didn't hear the story, but somebody said it, and I just like to repeat it because he kept sniping me. People were like, "Oh, like Saron, you've been to jail."
What?
Has
Where did that come from?
Saron been to jail? I don't fucking know.
As far as I'm aware, no, he hasn't.
Ah,
He's a very nice, humble young man.
damn. So there's no story there. It's just somebody just talking shit.
Yeah, that's I've never heard that one. That's quite strange to me, actually.
Yeah, I think it's funny. Like, oh, this guy's been to jail. Like, why would you listen to him?
Is that how that works? Oh, okay. No, he hasn't been to jail.
Damn. All right. So what would you change about the game right now if you could? Either for fun or balance or anything. What is your take coming back and playing a bit?
That's such a hard question. Um,
Yeah, well, Grubby
I would nerf Keeper.
Nerf Keeper.
No, I don't think anyone enjoys playing against Keeper. Like, I think even people that play Keeper don't like playing Keeper. I think Headhunters sort of need a nerf. It's hard to nerf them without making them irrelevant again. I think I don't think. So level 2 Entangle should be nerfed to Keeper. I think that's a good start. Maybe like, I don't know how you would nerf Headhunters. I'm not smart enough anymore to know the balance, like how to balance the game. See, like I hate the state of Orc vs Human as well, because I don't know if you've seen it, but it's just basically Human just get a second hero, which is either Mountain King or Panda, and spam mana pots, and just kill you with one hero. It just feels really stale. The only matchup I find fun is Orc vs Undead, and Orc Mmr right now is an absolute shamble because one of the main strats at Orc Mmr is double racks on 15 supply with mass Headhunters. And it's pretty hard to beat. So I think maybe not a Headhunter nerf, maybe like a BladeMaster buff to encourage BladeMaster again. So nerf Keeper, buff Blade. I don't know how you fix Human. It's a very stale matchup at the moment. And I think Undead vs Orc is fine. I know Undead will disagree. And also I can't comment on balance changes for other matchups. I don't watch anything that's not Orc. It doesn't interest me. Yeah. I don't know, maybe change some items. I know, like, Ring of Protection still, I think, needs to go. Like, I don't know. Like, when you get a ring and someone gets a clause, that's horrible.
Yeah, especially the tier 2 one. It's just like an instant sell.
Yeah, it's horrible, man.
Yeah.
I also think Wand of Illusion is too strong. Especially, have you seen, like, what Wand of Illusions can do on Last Refuge? Man, that's a joke. Sentry Wards are too strong. One of the Wind's too strong. There's a lot that probably I could tweak, but I don't know. You need to like ask people to play a lot higher than me at the moment. Like I don't think my views are that good at the moment. I would say.
I don't know. I think what you were saying is pretty spot on with what I always like to ask people on. I always like to ask Seiso questions. Because Seiso always has an opinion.
Don't. Yeah, he's a bit of a whiner. low key is a bit of a whiner, not like me.
You think he's a whiner?
Just a little bit, yeah.
uh,
I do love him though. He's a good friend, but he's a bit.
yeah. This is like my gripe with playing Orc, which is I don't think this like necessitates like competitive and fun are two different things, even if they're linked. I hate how I have to play Farseer in Orc versus Human. Now, obviously, I don't have to play Farseer, but if I'm going to play competitive, I want to try to play right. And, like, at that kind of highest level of intellect, strategy, whatever, like, you have to play Farseer. And I feel like that's... Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite stale.
Yeah, stale.
Yeah. Like the matchup, it's still just Stomp versus Clap or Breath of Fire. Like it's so revolved around like these couple of spells that really like the rest is kind of irrelevant. Blade's always been pretty bad versus Human, in my opinion. I know people will say otherwise, but I definitely think Blade's quite weak against Human. I think there's quite a lot like he's against Undead as Orc. You still need to go Farseer Headhunters. I still think BladeMaster's better, but BladeMaster is virtually unplayable against Crypt Lord. So if you play a guy that will still Crypt Lord, you still have to like bust out a Farseer Headhunter to beat him every now and then. Which is kind of fun, I guess, having to play that meta game. Mirror is... I still think maybe BladeMaster's best in Mirror. It's just really hard to hold Headhunter all-ins. And then Night Elf's cooked. What a horrible matchup.
All right, so this is I'll explain why I think Hitman is entertaining. And at the end of the day, he's not really being entertaining because he's just being like actually toxic. But he used to go into like the War 3, and I bring this up because I just thought of like when one time like I don't know where, but Hitman was just like Druid of Talons are like fucking broken, like in like all caps somewhere, just like
he's right.
But he used to go to the War 3 Champions Discord, and like again, this is like him being like very unchill. So I'm not like congratulating this, but he used to just be like such a piece of shit and just like go in there and like argue with them for hours, like fuck you, like this is so shitty, like whatever. And I just ate it up. I was just reading that for hours.
Yeah, he used to tell me about that all the time. Like he does not like the War 3 Champions team.
Yeah.
Is he banned from it now?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it ended in kind of like a he just left and like whatever.
Yeah, he's very vocal about that sort of stuff.
But it's just because of the ping, I think.
Yeah, he asked me about the ping, and I gave him an answer he didn't like, and he went off at me. I was like, oh, it's a bit scary.
But you're probably like twice the size of him.
Oh, I'd bait him up for sure. In game, not in real life. All right. PG, really? Okay. PG stream, yeah. PG stream.
PG stream. Do you think you can? All right. So this is something that I like to bring up because while it will never happen, because lands will never happen, boxing matches.
Yeah.
Who could you take? Who would you? Who's in your? Who's fair?
Oh well, the first on the list is Hitman.
So
that would be
take Hitman out.
God, that would be a dream come true. And then I would basically find the weakest Night Elf player.
Yeah.
And I would just work my way up every Night Elf player until I can't beat them anymore because they all deserve it.
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
The person you don't want to fight though is Bump Time.
Who's that?
He's scary. Bump Time's this New Zealand Night Elf player. He's a professional fighter.
Really?
I think he would kick the crap out of me. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with him.
You know, now that I don't think there are any Night Elf players that are like, and I hope that somebody knows something more can instantly correct me. But all right, so you know, like these Orc players like Naf and like Enna. There's like
the absolute chads.
absolutely jacked, and like all the Night Elf players are like
Yeah,
kind
they're
of
all scrawny
scrawny.
little weedy kids. Yeah. Well, of course, you have to be to play Night Elf. God.
Oh
You just see
man.
them all at home, just like, oh, I played Night Elf. Oh, horrible.
I like the Night Elf. I like the Night Elf hate because that's. I see. I was gonna switch to Night Elf. I was just like,
I
God, I
wouldn't be
can't
here
beat
if
him,
you played
Jordan.
Night Elf. I wouldn't come on your show.
That's fair enough. Uh, what's up, Gritchy? But yeah, you think you could take like how tall are you? I'm 5'8". I'm
Just
not
on,
tall.
yeah, 5'11".
Okay. I think some of the I think Knopf is pretty tall.
Probably wouldn't fight people anyway. I think even if I'm tall, they'd still beat me up. I'm a bit of a wuss. Let's just say that.
I mean, you work in construction. You
Yeah, it doesn't mean I can throw a punch or something. I can hit with my hammer.
fair enough. I always just imagined like somebody, tough guy working in construction, knows how to fight.
Do I have big muscle? You
You
scared of this?
you kind of you kind of
All right. Yeah, I'm huge. Look at me. Oh, I'm a beast. Beautiful.
uh
God, I got everything going for me.
All right, so all right, okay. So I just have hypotheticals now. So if you like run back like 20 years and you're like 16 and you like know everything that you still know and you can be anything, like what would you do? Like what's your like dream something?
In life?
Yeah, or like
Or in Warcraft?
no, in life. I mean Warcraft too if you
Jesus,
want, but
that's a loaded question. Holy crap.
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Oh my goodness. I would be better at talking to women, I think. That would be great, because I was not a ladies' man at 16.
Who is that? Who is?
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. What else would I do? I'd be an actor. That's what I would do.
You'd be an actor.
Yeah. I think I'd be great.
Yeah, I
And
think you could pull it.
I'm very talented, very talented. And if I could go back for Warcraft, I think I would tell myself not to play it. Save yourself that heartache. Or play Night Elf. Play Night Elf. That would have been a smart move.
Just ingrain it early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many tears I've shed from that race. None of them ever apologized to me.
I feel like being an actor is kind of hard. That you gotta.
Yeah, there's no way I could do it. I could give it a red hot go.
Fun hypothetical. Yeah, I'd be a DJ. Just like if I rolled it back, I'd just be like, I'm gonna be a DJ. I could probably still be a DJ. Like nothing's stopping me. But
yeah,
that'd probably be my answer.
Good answer, actually. Trans? Do you only do trans?
I'm going to trans show tomorrow.
So jealous, dude. I haven't been in years.
Years. That's not good.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm an old man now. Going out is not as exciting.
Nah, you can be one of those, you can be one of those old men at raves. That's totally a thing.
They scare the shit out of me.
They scare the shit out of you.
I mean, like, do you see them?
Yeah, I think they're. I love it. I love it when I see some like. I know you're not this old, but just like a 50-year-old dude at a rave. I'm just like, all right, dude, you're having fun.
I hope that's me. Yeah. Don't want to like do that when I'm 50.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like with Warcraft 3, like there's only ever so much you can really talk about until it's like it's kind of very solved like meta sort of thing. Like I feel like the game is pretty balanced.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the balance is good. Like a lot of the tournaments lately, the top 4 have been Orc Mmr, Night Elf, Undead, which is pretty good. I just think some matchups are still pretty broken. But yeah, it's like as you said, it's what is it, like a 20-year-old game? There's not really many mind nuggets we can send out to fix the game. I'm sure smarter people have tried.
Yeah. All right. So, how you enjoying Diablo 2?
Yeah, it's fun. It's a bit repetitive after a while. I've sort of hit that wall where it's just I'm just
Yeah.
killing the same boss for 2 hours and get nothing, and I'm like, what am I doing with my life right now? But I've been playing with like Cruncher and stuff, so it's a bit more fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching you and Say So and whoever else play it like a week whenever it came out. Because I was thinking about
When did
getting
it
it,
come out?
but it looked great, but I didn't get it. But more personal
Well, have you
choice.
did you play the original? Like, did you play Diablo 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, so nothing's changed.
Yeah,
If you didn't like it or got bored of it, it's the same thing will happen.
exactly. You think you'll try to get like ranked in that?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Where'd you go?
Sorry,
Ice back.
my alarm was going off. If it actually the mic would be able to pick it up. I have an alarm that
No, I
goes
don't
off
know.
at 7:40 p.m. every day, just because I'm too lazy to change.
What's it for?
I don't know. It's just an alarm I have on my fridge. This is like my dementia, like setting it early. It's just like having.
It's a classic gamer problem. Yeah, just can't be bothered turning it off. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, all right. We got Gritchy in chat. Gritchy, do you have any questions? If anyone has any questions, because I think we're at like 50 minutes, so we can like. I ran out of Warcraft 3 questions. I pretty much can just ask you hypotheticals or wacky questions or things. Oh, he asked his. Your question was terrible, Mr. Russell. I'm sorry.
Jesus. Is that how you treat your viewers, your loyal viewers?
You're right. I love you. That's
Terrible question. Back of the line.
terrible question. Nah, man. I mean, this is. I feel like I used to stream like a lot. And I feel like the one thing that I learned is you have to rule your stream with an iron hand as much as you can. Like if someone says something like dumb, you have to be like, hey, like that was dumb. Don't say that. But,
Yeah, well, I let my chat run wild. They all bully me.
yeah, exactly. But
I have like I'm having like a bad game, and there's like 20 people just saying you're crap, you're terrible. And I'm like, oh no, I'm trying really hard.
okay, Gridgy asks.
Crunch is the worst.
Yeah,
What was
Cruncher's kind of savage in
Yeah,
in Twitch chats.
he hurts my feelings.
Damn. Gucci asked your top 3 artists. I'm assuming music. That would make sense.
Trans artists or just artists in general?
I mean, I'd be curious to hear about trance, but
Top 3 would be probably Ali and Fila number 1, Gareth number 2, Gareth Emery, and we'll go Armour number 3. They're all fantastic.
what was the name of the first one? I actually haven't heard of this.
Ali and Fila.
Ali and Fila?
Yeah. They are so damn good, it's a joke.
Ali and Fila. I know Gareth Emery and you really put Gareth Emery high up there.
Oh, he's fantastic.
I haven't seen him yet. I think I had an opportunity to see him. Well, now
Gareth, you should take it.
Yeah,
it's good. I've seen him a couple times.
This is like my most recent life thing. My second most recent life thing was playing Warcraft 3 for 200 hours a month. And then after I got bored, like after that became exhausting, I've just been going, and since COVID ended, I've been going to concerts, like as many concerts as I can, and trying to like vlog them, but also just because I enjoy them. So
probably more productive than Warcraft 3, to be honest. A bit more fun too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it'll still be a while before I get to go to anything like that. Australia's goddamn, it's a horrible place to live right now. I'm in stage 4 lockdown. I can't even go to the pub, and it's making me crazy.
Yeah.
I just want to go have a pot at the pub. That's all I want.
Really? They won't let everything's closed
No,
like that, or what?
You can't go to the pub. We have a curfew. You can't go anywhere except it's for getting food, hospital, school, or work.
That's
Everything else you can't
crazy.
do.
I guess you guys. But did you guys have the lockdown like in the first wave?
Yeah. This
Huh.
is about sixth lockdown. Fifth or sixth
Sixth?
lockdown. Yeah.
What the? I mean, look, as COVID has just like killed so many people in America that I'm just like, you know what? Like, I kind of wish we had 6 lockdowns. I don't think it ever like the Americans are just too like brash or something. Like it would.
Yeah, I heard like I don't know if it's true, but apparently like one of the people were trying to enforce a lockdown, and then like the FBI like intercepted a plot to kidnap her. I'm like, that's fucking scary, dude. Like people don't want to get locked down.
Wait. The FBI enforced a plot. Kidnap who?
No, so
wait.
I probably didn't explain that very well, and it's probably not true. So
Okay,
bear with me.
Fair.
Well, so what's it called when you're like the main person
King's
of
honor,
the state,
friend.
like in America?
For the King of Oceania himself.
Like a senator? I don't know. I don't know what it's called in America.
Wait, say it again. Sorry, it's Burr Rush. Kaiser raided. There's more people here. Governor.
Governor, yeah,
Yes,
like
we got-
was going to enforce a lockdown,
Yeah.
and then the FBI intercepted a plot to kidnap her.
Oh,
so
that did actually
enforce-
happen. That was
cooked,
very
man.
real. That was very
That's
real.
cooked.
Yeah, that was crazy.
that.
That was actually crazy. Nah, there was like 12. It was like a whole plot too. Like, yeah, no, that was a real.
No, that's no thanks. I'll pass on that.
yeah. All right, wow. Thank you for the raid, cuz we got 80. We got more people here. So now we can actually get questions. Who has questions?
We'll just start. Let's do the interview again. Let's start again.
It's starting
So they can all
again.
see it,
All
yeah.
right. What's up? So
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy.
It's your boy. There we go. If you guys have any questions for RavinDrannor. RavinDrannor? Where does that name come from?
Oh, okay. Well, it's so I had like a shelf of old video games, and there was one game called Raven, and then there was another game where the tagline was "Ruins of Myth and Drannor," and I put them together.
Pretty
That's
good
it.
name.
It's lasted 20 years, I think. And like I go by RavinDrannor on pretty much every game I play. But yeah, it really has no meaning.
Okay, we have a real question. I'm gonna
Go ahead, shoot.
Der Kaiser says, as a pro War 3 gamer, can you use your winnings to get an untangled headset cord?
Well, my headset's not tangled. I don't know where this lie has come from. It's a European style. It's not really tangled. It doesn't hurt my neck that much. It's beautiful. And I think people should just leave it alone.
It just kind of look like there's
This is about as far as I can move my head, by the way.
some sophistication to it.
Yeah, it don't look good. You can't see it, but it gets much worse. Hold on, let's see if we can zoom in on that. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? Hopefully I didn't show anything inappropriate. Also, I don't have any Warcraft 3 winnings. I don't bloody win anything anymore. So thanks for bringing that up, Kaiser.
What
Ban him. Get him out of your chat. He's being rude.
ban him. There we go. That's ruling the stream with the iron hand. Yeah. Wait, but do you have like significant winnings in StarCraft 2 or?
Nope. No, I do not.
I'm gonna look you up on Wikipedia now.
Please don't. Please
Oh
don't.
my god.
I want a
This-
coffee mug. I was in the finals of a Starcraft 2 tournament. Guess who I was versing?
I don't know StarCraft 2 pros.
Hitman. And he beat me. And I won a mug. That bastard haunts me everywhere I go.
That's a good story.
Well, yeah, he's a bastard.
Okay. To be fair, I don't want to fact check you here, but
I don't think I won anything at Starcraft 2.
in Warcraft, you have you know, you made like $500. You can get like the nicest headset ever.
Oh man, that money's gone.
He's
Straight to alcohol.
Oh, it's
Gotta
crazy.
drink while I stream.
You guys
Drown out the noise.
You guys did have like the Australian New Zealand National Cup hosted by
Yeah, it was
ESL.
awesome.
Huh, that's wild.
It was a lot of fun. There was no hitman. And it's gone because people didn't play.
Oh, I think I remember this actually, because this happened after COVID. Then
Yeah.
this is the 2021.
Yeah. So I think we're supposed to go in the studio and play and stuff, but obviously because of COVID we couldn't do it. It was a bit sad.
Anyway, all right. For all the viewers, you know, how would you describe your relationship with Warcraft 3 in one sentence?
It ruins my very existence.
Ruins your very.
And fuck Night Elf.
That's definitely the vibe that I've gotten. I really like how much fuck Night Elf has been going around. I mean, every 10 minutes we thankfully get back to that, and I really enjoy it.
Well, you got it nowadays because everyone's like trying to steer away from Night Elf and like saying like, oh, Farseer Headhunters is imbalanced, and then people forget that Night Elf's just broken. So you got to like keep bringing it back, otherwise they keep getting away with it. Paz is the worst at that. Paz keeps trying to convince everyone, oh no, guys, the game is balanced, and then you see 1700 Night Elves beating 2K Orcs. It's not fair.
Okay, so my Orc MMR. And I mean, this is like cherry picking, and I'm a terrible example because yeah, I'm bad. But my Night Elf MMR is 150 higher than my Orc MMR, and this is like with games played. This is like 100, 200 games, both races. It's like crazy.
Yeah, last season, after like 200 games, I was like, I just hit 2K with Orc, and then I played like 6 or 7 games at Night Elf, and I was like the same MMR. I'm like, oh god, something's not right. What's broken about Night Elf? Keeper. Too much control early game. I think like Night Elf is broken against Orc is what I'm defending. I don't really care about the other races, but it's the Keeper just controls the game and you get a free expand and then dead. Night Elf is being angry career man. He's a smart guy. He knows Night Elf is bad manner.
Yeah.
Okay. Whisper broken. Archers are broken. Hunters are broken. Drill the Talon are broken. Triads are broken. Bears are broken. Demon Hunter's broken. There you go. That's all broken. I can only kill Paz, Seron, Say So, and why? Oh god.
Good question.
So I'd fuck Say So because he's the best looking. I'd marry Seron because he has a kid. He's probably got his shit together. I'd kill. You got to kill Paz. Yeah. Like, do you need a reason?
I don't know. Paz gets a lot of heat, but I feel like Paz holds it down.
He's a good bloke.
Yeah, he's a good bloke. That's what I'd say. I've never seen what Sarah looks like. Now I'm curious because they're brothers, right? So
yeah, the Big Boy boys are good-looking boys.
So you're saying Seiso's a bit better looking than Saron?
Yeah, I reckon.
Oh, okay. I mean, I figure. I mean, he went to jail, so that's got to do something.
Oh my god, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Maybe he has, and I just don't know. Maybe I don't know him as well as I thought I did.
Nah, I think you know. I would hope. I tried to find a picture of Saron. It's not on Wikipedia. What do you think about New Zealand as an Australian?
Love it. I've never been, but it looks like a beautiful place, and pretty much everyone I know from New Zealand is an incredibly nice person.
I think it's the happiest country in the world.
Yeah, it seems like it.
I think they rank
I would love to go. Yeah, it'd be great to like finally meet all these guys after playing for so many years.
You guys all just got to go to Germany.
Germany, that's okay.
I'll go. I'll
It's a bit,
come.
it's a bit out of the way, but sure.
I mean, yeah, but they do the
It'd be a bit
lands
cheaper
all
to
the
just go to New
time.
Zealand or Australia. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta just. I mean, you know how much? I guess plane tickets must be expensive from Australia.
Dude, plane tickets are fucked at the moment. To just go to Queensland cost me like $1,000, which is, I'd want now a plane flight.
What?
I don't even think we're allowed to leave the country at the moment anyway.
Yeah, true. All right, Grinchy asked what your first video game console was.
Super Nintendo. Very first game I played was Super Mario World. I couldn't get down the steps because I didn't realize you had to press down on the D-pad, so I had to get my mum to get me off the steps. And it took her 2 hours to get off the steps, and that was my first gaming experience ever. Super Nintendo is the best console, by far. So many great games.
I feel like the people saying that the Super Nintendo is a great console is like you had to have grown up with it.
Probably. I mean, the games are super outdated now, but like far
Yeah.
out. They had some great games. They had like the original Final Fantasies on it, Chrono Trigger, Lufia, all that sort of stuff. All like the best RPGs. And they had like Mario and Donkey Kong. Pretty much like laid the foundation for what gaming is today.
Yeah, those are some fair points. I was thinking of something I forgot. I'm quite stoked that you said Tales of Arise is good, because maybe I will actually play this
Yeah.
now.
If you like any of the Tales games, just get it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, because you know how they release them like all the time?
Yeah.
Like there's like a Tales of game like every 2 years. I'm kind of always like on the fence of whether or not to actually go through and buy one, because it's like, just money down the drain or whatever.
No, I would recommend this one for sure.
All right, dope. So we're at an hour. Maybe anyone ask last questions. I know you said you want to go for an hour. we covered the bases. I'm gonna throw this up on YouTube right after.
Buddy.
Are you gonna watch Dune? The
What's
Dune
Dune?
movie? I think
Never heard of
Dune. It's like this thing where if you're into it, you're really into it. It's a book, and they're making a movie out of it.
Reading. No
Yeah.
thanks.
Do you know how to read?
Oh no.
Yeah. Neither do I.
Dude. Oh Jesus.
There's an RTS? What? Okay, apparently there's an RTS Dune I didn't know about.
No, I haven't really. The only RTS I've played is like Warcraft, Starcraft, and Age of Empires. Oh, and Dark Reign. That was a weird one.
Dark Reign, that's the one that Paz was like what's the RTS that Paz was like almost made $1 million off of or something?
I didn't hear about that either.
Oh, you don't know this story? This is a great story.
No.
You should. I guess you should probably get him to tell, and he won't want to tell it.
Don't worry, I'll pester him.
One time, or this is his like. When I was young, this was like the highlight of my gaming career. He played some like niche RTS, and his team was so good at it that they made it to the finals, and the prize was like $100,000 or like $500,000. And this is back in like 2006, I guess, or 2007, when like RTSs had more funding like that. And they couldn't make it to the event. And they were like the best team, like even like with Australian ping. And they like couldn't get a flight to the event. And so they like never had it. And he's like, that was like the, peak of my career or something. Dark Reign sounded familiar. It doesn't even show up on Google search. What is this?
It's Reign is REIGN.
Right. Oh, this is real old. No, this can't be the game he's talking
No,
about.
probably not.
I guess people really do like to talk about the court, eh?
It's ridiculous. Leave me
do
alone.
they bring this up on your stream?
It's unbelievable how often.
I didn't even notice.
It's either they make fun of my headset or my gameplay. There's nothing. No one has anything nice to say about me. I'm such a nice, humble person. I don't understand where it comes from.
Hey, I like your stream because you play trance, and you say all the things that I want to hear about Orc, and you rage when you lose, which is entertaining.
It's the triple threat, isn't it? It's the perfect place to be.
Yeah, definitely the triple threat. All right, dope. All right, so let's see. I guess we should call it. I gotta find somebody to raid. Thank you for fucking coming on, Ravin.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Oh hell yeah! All right, guys. So I'm gonna link his stream. Go follow him. Probably already follow. Nah, I won't make any assumptions.
Please follow and give me money.
Yeah, give him money. Go give him money right now. Or that headphone cord. You see now, you just.
And if you're a single girl as well, call me.
You just gotta bait people now into giving you money for the headset cord. Like, oh yeah, you want me to fix the headset cord? You know, like throw me $5. Maybe I'll get a new one, and then just never get.
If someone gave me money to buy a headset, I still wouldn't do it, just out of principle. At this point, I've committed to the bid, so.
All right, I love that. All right, and let's see who to raid. Insufferable Todd. Or Shocky Shocks. Shocker?
No, don't hold Shocker. He's bad at it.
Sure. I guess you get to choose between.
Hold on. Why don't we just?
I guess
We
it's.
should just do someone with no views.
That's true. I'll leave it in your hands. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna throw it on YouTube right after this.
Wannabe 3 Guru. He has no views and he's playing Orc.
Okay, there we go. This is perfect. Wannabe.
I think your camera just your camera just died.
Camera died. Oh, this is
Change the battery
This
pack.
is literally perfect timing.
What is this? What is this production?
Yeah. This guy. All right, we're gonna raid this guy. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers.